what's up, guys? My name is JC. I am Wrong the Strong, and today we have a special guest. We have a special guest here in the studio. Not only is he one of the owners. That's an inside joke, guys. You guys wouldn't understand it. But today's a chancla day, okay? Today's a chancla day, and what I mean by that is I refer to my shoes as my mental health. How I'm doing that day is what I'm wearing. And today I'm very relaxed. I'm very safe. Life is good. So we want to talk about it today.
All right.
What's up, bro?
Well, it is Wednesday. In common parlance, we call it Hump Day.
Hump Day.
Hump Day, baby. And I think every Hump Day should have a special event in your life. I have one I can't talk about. I could, but I'd have to be arrested. Yeah, we're blessed.
Yes, we
Let's
are.
face it. We started it off the way we normally do, didn't we?
Yeah.
I called you around 7:05 this morning on my way into the office as I stopped at Starbucks for a coffee for us.
I have to say, man, thank you for, I think it's been almost a year now that I get a coffee delivered to me every day, to the point where when he went on vacation last week, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? Something like that. I was completely out of my routine because around the time he calls me, I started looking at my clock and I'm like, what am I doing? And I start panicking because it's not my same thing.
I know. Routines in our life have been very important.
Yeah.
I'm going to get emotional here in a minute. Forgive me. You've been so much a part of my life for more than 7 years now. But this last year, we've come together as co-owners of this studio. One day I won't be here, and you'll be co-owner with my sons, probably Jonathan. But those routines that we've grown to love, that we've ground out together, are important.
Yep, they're memories.
And more important, they propel us forward into the day. They motivate us. I mean, it starts with, forcing myself to get up 2 hours, 3, 4 hours after you do. Getting myself in, bringing the coffees in. We talk, we chat for a few minutes, get things together. Then we work out.
Yeah.
And then I do my thing. I showered. I hang upside down on the vertical table, and makes me straight. Then we come in and we talk more. And then we get the day going really well.
I think routine's important, man. Routine became a part of my life when I went to prison at a very young age. And what I didn't have at home, I found it in prison. Structure, routine, even little things on how to, when I got there, I had to learn how to brush my teeth because none of that stuff was taught to me at home. And I just remember always when I got out of prison, I used to be like, I'm so disciplined, man. Routine. And routine gets you to a certain place, I guess, in your life, in your job, and everything. But I want to talk about character today because I believe in this last year, my character has really changed a lot. And I say that because you remember the day I lost my keys a couple of days ago?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Lost my keys. My car wouldn't turn on. Everything that could have went wrong. And instead of me getting mad, I went for a walk. I went around the block, came back around, and then I was like, okay, where can my keys be? And I found them. I ended up finding them. But I realized how much I've changed.
Yeah. The Native Americans call it hojo. I think it's Hozho, something like that. It's called balance. Seeking the balance in life. It's not something that you're born with. It's something you seek, something you have to, because the rest of the world challenges you on balance. I mean, all those routines you talk about, the more the world impacts on those routines, the harder it is to maintain a routine.
Yeah.
The world's pulling you. And so you're struggling for hojo, for balance. And balance isn't just self-serving routine. It's routine that makes you a better person, a human being, a person that can make the world and the people around you better.
Yes. Well, I believe that's important. Just like you take care of yourself, you have to take care of your of your family, your loved ones, and your community. I mean, I would have never said that 20 years ago.
No, your community was different.
You know, I would have said that. I would not even say that. Not even. I wouldn't even use that vocabulary 20 years ago.
Yeah,
That's how I know. You know, and it puts a smile on my face because deep down inside, Ken, I never wanted to be a bad guy. I never did. Never. I didn't even want to choose. That life was chosen for me because of me running away from home. You know, but I always felt, and this is gonna sound a little crazy, but even as a kid, I always felt like I was built for something bigger. Every time I was like working a job, and let me tell you, like every job I worked, I always like went to the top. I always became the boss. I always moved. But I always felt like I was built for something so much bigger.
well, I don't think we're there yet, and I think this is just another stepping stone for you, the studio. It really is. It's way, way different than anything I've ever done, too. And it's way different, not so much different for you, because you were into studios and recording and production
Yes.
4 or 5 years before we got into this.
Well, I was telling you today, you know, my first YouTube channel was launched in 2014.
There you go. That's already
My first YouTube channel.
12 years ago.
Yeah. And after that, I started recording and learning. And it's crazy because I taught myself on YouTube how to do all this stuff. And now that I'm actually doing it as a career, it's like, I woke up this morning, I'm not gonna lie, I woke up this morning, I got to the studio, I opened it up, and I'm like, man, who would ever thought? But I owe a lot of thanks to you too, you know, for believing in I sold my dream to you.
You
and
did.
you believed in it.
You did. You sold it to me because this was probably the last thing in the world I would do. I had no ability to do anything here.
I really wanted to open up a weed shop.
Yeah. Well, we talked about that too, right?
And the only reason why, okay, there's a lot of reasons, okay? Money's one. Two, it would still make me feel like a drug dealer kind of inside.
The person you didn't want to ever be, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. You didn't want to be a bad guy drug dealer. You wanted to be a good guy.
Yes, I want to be like Robin Hood.
Like Willie Nelson. You know, instead of Willie's weed, it would be...
I remember someone told me that they knew the true story of Robin Hood and it wasn't what we saw on the movies. And I was like...
I'm sure it's not, yeah.
I was like, what do you mean? I was like, don't ruin my Robin Hood movie. Like, I guess he did rob from the rich, but he didn't give to the
He didn't
poor.
give so much to the poor, I'm sure. Yeah.
He gave to himself.
You know, first of all, you have to cover overhead.
No, man.
No, but you know, you go back to the things you talk about, stepping stones. This studio was the furthest thing from my mind too. I mean, you start with some givens. After 52 years of almost 52 years of law practice, I was without a law practice because the state of Arizona did what it did. But the question, so big fork in the road for me, whether I retire or I retool. You, thank goodness, were in my life at that time. The given were two things. One, I had this building. What am I going to do with it? Two, I'm stuck with you.
I was going to be your assistant. I was going to be something.
You didn't care as long as they paid you. That's all. Those were two givens. And then we talked about weed.
Yeah. Dispensary.
Of course,
they say it the right way.
but our geography was a little problematic.
Yes. Church and school.
Yeah, church and high school. Yeah. Not likely to get a permit.
Even with all the friends that we have.
Although I know plenty of those kids at the high school were pulling for us. I know that. So that didn't last long. We went to a couple other ideas.
Coffee shop. I think we had a couple of shops.
But we quickly came around, and I think it was August, pretty much by August of 24, we came around to this concept.
Yeah.
And you know something? We've done a lot since. And this building, from the outside, looks like a studio.
I feel like it was built for it.
I don't think it ever looked like a law firm to me. And it was for 32 years. But now it really does look like a studio.
Today when I came in, I was like, man, I just kept visioning the other side for like the videos and the smoke. And I don't know, I see it happening.
Yeah.
I've always been a visual person, though. I've always thought about my future to try to make it come true.
Yeah. And the frustration is that we know how good it is. We're going to be celebrating 1 year next month.
Yes.
Now, in truth, the first 6 months was a slow start. You and I didn't know really how to get it started, so we just said, let's start. We're ready.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I was a little scared. We kept pushing. I think we pushed the date back 5 times. And I felt like you were a little scared too. Scared, or no, you know what? I shouldn't say scared. We wanted it to be perfect, and there's no such thing as perfect.
Well, eventually you have to jump in the water.
Yes.
You know how to swim.
I don't know how to swim.
You're visually standing on this cliff. The water's not that far away, but you've done it. You've jumped in the water before, but now you want to dive in head first. You know that it's pretty safe out there. And you say, am I ready? Am I ready? Eventually, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
Getting ready is, they talk about soft openings. Restaurants have soft openings. Businesses have soft. Well, ours was a pretty mushy opening. Yeah,
there was no soft.
But even for the first 6 months, our team was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay.
We are approaching our 1-year anniversary, and we haven't decided whether we should have a small gathering here at the studio or do a virtual. I think we should do both.
Well, I think a 1-year anniversary is appropriate.
Yeah.
I think it's overrated to have guests and the like at this point in time, unless it's just our clients. And that's, for the first year, that's all I really want to see.
And that's what I was thinking.
Just our clients.
We've done well. We got about 20 clients on the list. I think if we keep it VIP like that and just invite our clients that have been here, I think that would be a good thing.
I think 8 will show. I think 8 could show. But that's it. I wouldn't mind a virtual one either, like we said. I think we should celebrate virtually so that we can put that out on social media. You said it a long time ago. You've got to keep reminding people we're here.
Yes.
We're not going to be anything but the smallest little fabulous studio in the world with no one, but no one knows us unless we reach out every day and tell the world we're here.
We're that diamond that has the perfect cuts, the perfect color.
I stay away from perfect, but we're doing well. And you told me the other day and showed me we have over 25 or 30 5-star Googles.
Yes.
Now
32 actually.
So that's pretty good, isn't it? Look, my goal is that's a report card, and I've always
it's a report card, but it also tells the people what we're doing, because some of those reviews made me emotional.
I know. True. Many of them are true. We may have fished.
What do you mean many of them are true?
Well, we may have fished for a few. I mean, one of those is mine. I did a review.
Yeah, of course we're going to talk good about our own studio, but
you're right.
The clients, what they had to say about us, I mean,
well, that's the goal. It's all about our clients. If we make our clients successful, happy, we promote them, then that's what we want to do.
And this is the best thing, that when the clients give us reviews, they always talk about either Ken, JC, or James. Well, that's our team.
That's us.
That's us.
Yeah.
It's not like I always say it's when people remember your name, that means that you were kind and you did what you had to do, pretty much, when they remember your name.
And we're doing what we want to do. That's why it's easy for us.
Yeah.
Because we love what we do. Now, it helps that I'm older, the kids are out of the house, my wife leaves me alone.
We get to use your pension.
I'm here all the time for you to do. It also helps that you have, except for the studio, probably no life. And James, well, he's another story altogether. We won't talk about him later. But we're putting in the time because
I need to go back. James has a life, man. He has a very interesting life. He rides a motorcycle on the weekends.
Let's not talk about
He just tried to change brakes here at the studio this morning.
Be careful. We don't want to do anything that disrupts his life.
I didn't realize he was Mexican till today in the morning.
He's Mexican?
When I saw him doing a mechanic work on his truck.
Italian. No?
I thought he was Italian.
All right. No.
But going back to what we were, man, the studio, I believe, has been a blessing in all of our lives because the people we get to meet now,
Yeah.
we get to work with them, share ideas, help them create. I'm not gonna lie, like I like to do this more than the personal training. I'm gonna be complete transparent.
Well, you're not alone as you are as a personal trainer. It's a one-on-one, but you're all alone. It's you and the gym. And the gym has no loyalty to you. So you are part of a team. More importantly, you're a partner, a full partner with me in this venture. All right. And by the way, I'm going to send you all the bills.
That's what I'm asking to say.
Yeah. But that's you're part of a team. It's more than you, and you know you can rely on me. I'm not sure you thought that in the beginning, but we've come a long way.
I was just scared of many things, man. Why? Because like I had been training. That had been my job since I came home from prison. For 8 years, that's what I did, and there was no other. That's how I made my money. That's how I paid my bills. So me leaving was really scary for me. It was really scary.
Of course.
It was like your law firm when it got shut down.
I was pissed.
I mean, I'm not comparing it, but you know what I mean.
No, I know. And I had to mourn too. I was lost. It was a hard thing. I lost my practice of almost 40 years.
I told you for 3 months, I would get here to the studio, sit in that parking space, and just sit there. Because I didn't know what to do. I was like, well, what do I do?
Yeah.
And I would just sit there on my phone and I would be like, okay, this is a new chapter. I'm terrified. This is a new chapter in my life. But as time progressed, I started getting into the system, learning the routine. And here we are now. Like,
yeah. It's going to be a year next month, but it's been a process that we've been working on since August, September of 2024, when this place looked a whole lot different. A whole lot.
I mean, I have all the pictures, you know, it's night and day what we turned this into. And that's what people say when they come in. They're like, holy smokes, man.
Yeah. And look, we aren't a perfect studio. We are a studio that suits our building. It suits our personalities. It suits, I hope, the clients we anticipate serving. Now, there are going to be people coming in. We've already heard about them. And they say, oh, I like your place, but gee, I need a bigger TV. I need this. I need that. Oh, no. We're going to evolve with our clients, but we're not going to respond to them unreasonably.
Yeah.
We have to be sensible in how we expand. We can't be more than we have and what we are here. Now, someday, maybe. And that leads me to the final thing on studio. You said earlier, the studio has become a big part of your life. And it is. But we have to make the studio serve us, serve our needs. It can't be the reverse. And so we have to be able to step back and say, where are we? How's the studio going? Is it doing what we want? Are we getting out of it? Do we want to stay the same? Do we want to change?
Mm-hmm.
And with what client do we want to evolve?
Yeah.
Because every one of our clients is similar, but they're going in different directions too. And you can't evolve often, cannot evolve in two different directions.
No.
So we have to pick sort of the model client we want to evolve with and say, this is the kind of client we want.
And I think that's what's happening right now, that we're actually learning, you know, the job, I guess, the trade. We have 3 permanent clients right now that I think we're doing a good job. They think we're doing a good job. We're evolving. Just like you said, we're learning what they want, because at the end of the day, it's not what we want. It's what they need and what they want.
Correct.
Even though we might have more experience and whatever, they still want their stuff to look a certain way than we do that.
That's right. And they have other people who affect their productions.
Yep.
And we're asked to work with them. And we have to. Now, if we want to help them evolve, help them be successful. Now, look, there'll come a day where it may be very difficult to work with some other people.
Yes.
We've got to be honest with our clients.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You know.
Well, you know, going back to what I was talking about, the routine, discipline, all that, you know, I come to realize now that I've grown after being here a year, how much my character has changed, my rage, my temper, everything, my PTSD, everything has gotten better. I spent a lot of time with you, so I got to learn and hear about business, stamps, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, by the way, I got to show you the stamp.
And
I got a great stamp.
And
Yesterday.
and even learning to be present when someone else is showing you something they care about, even though you don't give a shit about it. It's boring. Sorry, I should have said that.
I know it is. I know.
But even learning to be what's the word I'm looking for?
Tolerant?
Nah, not even tolerant. I was gonna say empathetic. Not, but that's not the right word because that's learning to like.
Let me use a word here. It's called charm. Being charming means showing that you're interested in the other person more than you are in yourself at the moment. If you're doing that, people will say, "Isn't he charming?"
Yeah, but charming is, I feel like, it's not really true from here. And when I'm paying attention to what you're saying, I actually, it's meaningful to me.
But it's respectful.
Yeah.
Look, you don't have to believe it. You know, the Japanese, when they respond to you, hi, all they're doing is being responsive. They're saying, they're not telling you they agree.
Yeah.
All right. But it's their way of being respectful.
Yeah.
Right. And charming. When you listen to someone and show some interest, even though you're really not too interested, show some interest in what they say, it's being respectful and charming. If they get the impression that you're really interested in stamps and you're not, don't leave them hanging.
Well, one of my buddies was asking me, he's like, how do you know that you were paying attention?
We don't.
I said, well, I do. I have a photographic memory. I told him, I remember every stamp he showed me because there hasn't been that many, but
God.
I remember every single one. He's like, tell me. I said, it was the lowrider one, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, and then I forgot the other ones, but I was like, I remember because it's not so much that I didn't care about. I don't care about the stamp. I care about him. So that's what makes it different.
Now ask yourself why I showed you those stamps and not the stamp I just bought yesterday.
Well, you felt that those were the stamps that connected closer to my life or how I live or what I've been through, blah, 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 because Mike Tyson's as crazy as me. So
Right. I thought those would be interesting to you because I profile you little Hispanic Latino.
Lowriders? Lowriders, not so much. I was like, this is the things I like, lowriders. No, I don't like cars with little tires. I like big trucks with big tires.
Ooh, Mercedes.
What did someone tell me the other day? Ooh, you like lowriders? I said, yeah, if it's a Hot Wheel.
All right, so I misprofiled you.
All right, so character. Let's go back to character. Do you believe my character's changed? Be honest. We're on national TV.
Yeah, it's an it's an intro. I think you clearly your values have shifted. Your control has shifted. I think your character is the same. I think you've always had a good character.
That's
Character
nice.
I can consider a clear, basic trait you acquired when you were very young. If you were a con man, you'd still be a con man. You'd be a terrible partner.
You're right.
You'd be basically, some people say, well, look at him. Is he a sociopath? We talked about that earlier today, didn't we?
Yeah.
Right? Sociopath?
Yes.
Right. And I read you
I got diagnosed by the
all
big
the
one.
elements of a sociopath. And truthfully, you're not in there. You're not a sociopath.
I think I was.
Well, you acted it. You did
I
what you
acted it
had
out.
to.
Yes.
Right. The deceit, the lies, the facade you put on was designed to survive,
Yes.
to be successful in the environment in which you were.
Yeah.
Okay. You are in a different environment. You've chosen to be in a different environment.
Yes, sir.
You've made a conscious effort to do that. And to do that, you've now shifted. But if you were a sociopath, you couldn't do it. You couldn't. You're not a sociopath. So in terms of your character, I'm not sure it's changed, but you've modified it to be in the environment you really want to be.
Well, I felt really good yesterday, man, standing there with all the government officials. And not that I care about titles or anything, but it was something that as a kid, I'd never really visioned me ever doing that. You know, one thing that I did say this morning, and you corrected me, and thank you for that, was that, man, I wish I would have wore a suit. And you said, stop it. You are who you are. Don't try to be nobody else. And that's what how you said it, not in those words, but that's pretty much what I understood you telling me.
Well, there's times to wear a suit. And my wife gets on my case. Ken, I wish you would dress this way or dress that way. Okay. I try very hard to be appropriate about the environment in which I am at. If I were to meet some high-level official at a formal ceremony, I wouldn't dress like this.
Okay.
I would dress up. I would dress appropriately.
Do you have suits?
I do, but most of them don't fit me anymore, so I really have to go out and probably buy something.
You're about to be a lawyer again, so you're going to need a suit, right?
Well, if I do, if I think a suit's appropriate, you bet I will.
Or can you go into court with boots?
I'll wear boots. I won't wear these kickers. I'll wear something a little.
So you'll wear
nicer.
like nice slacks with boots. You'll be able to go to court like that, right?
Oh yeah, and truthfully, I've gone country, so it'll be a Western style suit.
Got it.
And it'll be a bolo tie. I'm not going to wear a friggin' tie like
nice.
the others. It'll be a bolo tie. Court doesn't like it. They can stick it. But again, it's got to be appropriate. What I said to you is don't defer to a suit every time you think it's a formal occasion. Some occasions in which you've been invited, not you, that you're going to. Some occasions require you to be dressed comfortably the way you are. Not shorts and not
sandals,
flip flops. Come on, not bunny rabbit stuff, like here. But and I want you to be dress sensitive, yes, but don't be overly dress sensitive too. People do judge you in part by how you look, but how you look isn't entirely what the shirt you wear.
Yeah,
it is grooming. Yes, it is how you posture yourself, how you conduct yourself, how you speak. How you look people in the eye and talk to them. You have that character that never changed. That's the character that's you. It's a character I've known from day one. That's never changed. It's adapted to the environment, and the environment is now us, you and me in the studio.
I have learned to be a chameleon my whole life and adapt to every environment, because if I didn't, I would die. Like it was. I tell people I had to maneuver and be a salesman since I was 4 years old, because I had to pretty much what is it called? I had to choose whether I was going to get the belt, what part I was going to get. So at a very young age, I learned to negotiate. And my childhood was really, really bad. So that's why I had to negotiate. And that was like life or death. But I had to negotiate not only for myself, but for my sisters and my mom. And it's why I believe this program that I'm working with ASU, Be the Man, the main frame of the program is to teach men how to be protectors, how to be the sheepdog instead of the wolf or the sheep. I haven't really discussed the program with you because I'm still working on it, but that's the main concept of it. And I was like, man, like I've been a sheepdog my whole life. So like.
By the way, in America today, that's a very important and relevant topic, because in my opinion, there's too many sheep in this country.
Yeah. And that's okay. Like I'm learning that. I'm learning a lot of things. I'm learning to respect other people's religion. I'm learning to respect other people's thoughts, just ideas. Just because they're not the same as mine doesn't mean that they're wrong. Like I've learned that, and I say that with a very like, little mustard seed, because there's very crazy, people and all types of work. But I've learned to respect everybody, and that's been something big for me, like really big.
Well, and again, I think that's been part of your character all along. What you say about adapting, being able to adapt, in the practice of law over the years, I can't tell you how many times I told my staff, we have to adapt. We have to, because clients every week, every month, came out with new policies, new protocols, or tweaked protocols. Why? Because they were under pressure by the government, or their clients, or their new administrative staff who are trying to make an impression on the world. Everything changed, and it was always forced down on us. we had to adapt.
Yeah.
Why? You have to make a decision. Do you want to keep the client?
Yep.
Do you want to get to stay in business? Do you want to still make money? Are you happy with what you're doing? If so, you adapt. And sometimes it's better. Sometimes it's not. That's part of the evolution.
Yeah.
Evolution. We'll have that with our clients.
Well, I evolved from COVID, using all these apps that started coming out, ChatGPT, all those stuff that was barely coming out in those 2019. I adapt to use that. Why? Because I didn't have a lot of education. I have spelling. I had a lot of stuff that I needed help with, and I adapted to using all those tools. And now people are like, "Hey, can you teach me how to use that?"
Yeah. Well, I understand why you did it. You had a sense of what you were going to do. You know what A, B, and C was, but you weren't confident enough to know if that was all. So you used AI, and then when AI came back and said the same thing that you had said, you now had the confidence to know, okay, I'm right.
Yeah.
It didn't just do it to make you feel good.
No.
It came back and said, basically, you're thinking right.
I'm addicted to learning. I'm addicted to, and I should say, learning to create income, to take care of my family, and to live a better life. Because I do like the better things in life. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I like my Starbucks. I like the finer things in life.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean, grand poupon or none of that. Just like simple things.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people could afford a cup of coffee in the morning.
Well, today, for sure, at $5 a cup.
Yeah.
No.
So like even that's a luxury. Like that's something that I guess you could say I'm willing to work that extra hour so I could have that.
Exactly.
Man, I love you, dude.
You're the best.
I love you.
I couldn't, if I had to go to AI to define the best partner I could have, it would be you.
There'd be a picture of me with the tattoos.
Yeah.
You think James would be on there, or you think maybe?
Let's not go there. He's not my partner, but he's definitely an important part of this team.
He's got some good qualities, man. I'm going to defend him.
Well, next time we'll bring him in here and he can defend himself.
He doesn't like to be on camera. He doesn't like to do voiceovers. There's a bunch of stuff that guy doesn't like to do, man. But I think, honestly, him being here brought him out of his shell a little bit more than where he was before, because he's going to be like, guys, I'm right here. You're talking about me.
All right, partner.
You hear it here? Hey, guys, if you want to follow us, go to Biltmore Soundscape Studio. Give us a follow. See, I think James is still doing a blog on there. If not, he needs to get back on it. We're having a grand opening. Be ready to celebrate with us, because we're going to do it virtually. We'll send the link out. My name's JC, and I am Biltmore Soundscape Studio.